Hello, travel world, and welcome to another episode of Experience Travel with Katie and Allie. My name is Katie Lilly, and I am the owner of the Travel Marketplace.
And I'm Allie Schultz, expert travel consultant with the Travel Marketplace. Today we're going to experience travel with the Sandals Resorts, Ashley Dancoe. Hi, Ashley.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited.
Absolutely. Can you just introduce yourself to everybody and to the Sandals Resorts brand?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Ashley. I'm the essentially the Sandals rep. I cover the upstate Western New York area. I'm actually local to Rochester. I live right in the Arundecoit area, so that's pretty fun. I work for Sandals and Beaches Resorts, and for those of you who aren't familiar with Sandals, it's essentially an all-inclusive resort for couples, for two people in love. So whether you are celebrating a honeymoon, an anniversary, or maybe you just need to get away for a few days, that's where Sandals comes into play.
And can you tell everybody just a little bit maybe about some of the different room categories that you have?
Definitely, yep. So we have our luxury, club, and butler. Now our luxury is going to be kind of our entry point into the room categories. Our second is actually Club Sandals. Now upon arrival, you will be met by a Club Sandals concierge. You'll be given a nice, warm or cold towel to kind of just wipe off from the transfer. You will be escorted to the Club Sandals Lounge, where you'll actually get to check in on an iPad. So you're not going to be standing in a lobby waiting in a line. You're actually going to be in the Club Sandals Lounge. They're going to offer you a refreshing cocktail, and then they're going to escort you right to your room. And then we have our third level of service, which is our butler level. And this is by far our most popular level of service. In this category, you'll actually be given a butler phone, and that's how you'll be able to communicate with your butler when they're not around. And the butlers are essentially there to ensure that you have the best vacation possible. They will bring you drinks by the pool. I haven't seen it done, but they have, I've heard stories that they will wipe the sand off your feet from the beach. They'll save you a spot on the beach. They'll make your dinner reservations. As long as it's legal and it's ethical, they're going to make it happen. Like I said, they're really just there to ensure that, you have the best vacation possible.
And I definitely agree with that. Most of my clients that have come back and have gotten the butler categories at any of the Sandals resorts have said it was definitely worth the extra money. That the butlers are just absolutely amazing. And can you maybe tell everybody some of the inclusions they can expect when staying at a Sandals resort?
Definitely. So when we say it's all inclusive, it is all inclusive. Now your food is included and your drinks are included as well. So you can eat as much as you'd like and you can drink as much as you'd like. I took advantage of the food and I gained like a good 10 pounds when I was there. I was just eating and drinking everything. There's so many choices. We have a no tipping policy. All tips and gratuities are included, so you're not going to have to worry about picking up that tab at the end of the night. Now, I know I mentioned the butlers. The butlers are the only staff we have permitted to accept any tips. However, tips for the butlers are going to be at your discretion.
And then the other thing I wanted to mention that Sandals also offers the airport transfers as well.
Yes, yep. So your airport transfers are included. As soon as you get to the resort, they will take your luggage, they will tag it, they'll actually bring it into your room. Once you leave, you'll leave your luggage outside, they'll bring it onto the transfer, and it's a very easy and seamless transition. You just get on the transfer, you're there, and then once it's ready to leave, you get on the transfer and then they'll take you right to the airport, but that is included as well, yes.
So we're very excited to have you here today because we're actually going to be highlighting Sandals Resorts Regency La Toc in St. Lucia.
Yes.
Which St. Lucia is one of my favorite destinations.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us a little bit about St. Lucia and about Regency La Toc?
Yes, definitely. So St. Lucia is known to be kind of the Hawaii of the Caribbean, the Eastern Caribbean. It's very mountainous. It actually has more mountains than most of the other Caribbean islands. Of course, it was, there's volcanic activity, so that's where you kind of get that, Hawaiian similarity. I actually used to live on Hawaii, and I can vouch that is very, very similar. Now, we have 3 resorts on St. Lucia. La Toc is one of them. Now, the cool thing about that is when you stay on one, you can play at the other 2. So, if you're staying at La Toc and you want to go and hang out at the other 2 resorts for, your stay, you can certainly do that. And that transfer is included as well. But as far as Sandals La Toc goes, it sits on 220 acres. So it's very large. You've got 8 choices of bars. You've got 9 choices of restaurants, including soy sushi bar, which is my absolute favorite. I am a sushi fanatic. And I will say sushi rolls around here, will cost you anywhere from like $8 to $13 a roll. Well, I can eat like 7 rolls, and 7 rolls at $13 a piece is not very cost effective. So when I'm down at soy, I go a little crazy. And I love it. And again, when I'm, eating this much sushi, I don't have to worry about that tab. We have rooms that are actually situated on a hill. Those are our Sunset Bluff rooms. Those guys are situated on a hill, and it's cool because it gives you this awesome view of the ocean as far as the eye can see with no obstructions. So you're not going to have to worry about any poles or telephone lines or anything like that in the way. I mean, it truly is it's beautiful. We have, a lot of activities to do. On the island, we've got unlimited water sports. You can kayak, paddleboard, water ski. We have unlimited land sports as well, volleyball, basketball, tennis. And then we also have our spa as well, where you can, definitely get a service done. When I was at a Sandals in Jamaica, within a week, I gotten 3 massages. I mean, it was just amazing. I really went all out. So yeah, that covers a little bit about the basics of Regency La Toc.
Ashley, that resort sounds amazing. Let's take a look inside of the spectacular resort, and I will. Well, Ashley, those pictures look absolutely amazing. What's your favorite thing to do at La Toc?
Definitely, oh my gosh, that's hard. That is hard because I like to do a lot of things. I would say just the choices in the dining options. Like I said, you can eat as much as you'd like. You can eat as many times as you want. And that in itself really just, it's just, of course the whole thing is amazing, but just the choice in dining options and the choice you have as far as food goes, I mean, that's gotta be my favorite.
I agree with you. That's one of my favorite things to do on the resorts as well, is all of the different dining options. I love trying new foods and different things. So I will agree with you. Do you have, so you did mention the soy restaurant. What are some of the other restaurants that Sandals has? Sandals La Toc, I should say, has.
We have a popular restaurant called Kimonos, and that's going to be a Japanese style, teppanyaki style. For us up here, it's almost known as hibachi. So it's going to be very similar. So we've got that. We've got Neptune's, which is a Mediterranean place. We have a pizzeria. We have little pubs. So, whatever you're in the mood for, you're definitely going to find it. And what you had said, Allie, about the options as far as food goes, if you're not a big risk taker as far as food goes, when you're down at La Toc or at any Sandals, that is a great opportunity to really try different things, things that you wouldn't normally try, at home. Because, again, you're not going to have to worry about a tab. So it's like, why not just try new things and kind of take a risk a little bit? So, it's great for that as well.
I like that you mentioned that, because another thing is people with food allergies or dietary restrictions. Like for me, I'm a vegetarian. So, and vegetarian it's not too difficult, but there's people who have gluten allergies. I know Katie's boyfriend has a pine nut allergy. and things like that. So Sandals does a great job with catering to those as well.
Definitely, yes. And I'm so glad you mentioned that, honestly, because not a lot of people know about it, but when it comes to certain dietary restrictions or any allergies, rest assured that it's going to be taken care of at Sandals. So upon arrival, you'll go ahead and let us know, or even before arrival, you can let us know. And what will happen is you'll actually meet with a concierge where you'll sit down and you'll go through, okay, I can't have this, I can't have this. And you'll be able to talk to a head chef, and they'll be able to tailor the meals to your needs. So if that includes, I actually spoke with a head chef and I asked him, I was like, what's kind of the biggest or maybe the craziest thing, someone had, or, what kind of restriction? And he had told me that a guest wanted a 0 sodium diet the entire time. So for the entire duration of their vacation, the chefs made meals with absolutely 0 salt. So they use different herbs, they use different spices to kind of get that flavoring back up. But they absolutely, if there's any dietary restrictions or allergies, whatever, it is, they will definitely make it happen, even if that includes preparing it somewhere else. Separate preparation stations, if you will, they will do it. So, and that's complimentary, that's included as well.
I will agree with that, what you said, Ashley, because, again, you have severe things like Katie's boyfriend, and I apologize, Katie, I think I said pine nut, and I know it's not pine nut, I know tree nut, so I don't know why I said that. But, and then you have people like me, who I'm a vegetarian, it's a personal choice. Absolutely. And a lot of times, being vegetarian, there are a lot of options, but I've been places where restaurants don't have a ton of options, and you can always get a salad, but sometimes you want something a little bit more than just a salad. So it's nice to know that, when you have a chef that will cater to those.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So I know you quickly mentioned before, you were talking about the Sunset Bluffs. I know that can you just tell everybody really quick about the other areas of the resort? Because I know I get that question a lot when people want to stay at La Toc, like, where should I stay that's closest to the beach or closest to things happening, or I don't want to be part of that. I want to have it a little more intimate.
Yeah. So I will say there are definitely going to be different options. It's really going to be dependent on what they're looking for. So if they want privacy, we have that for them. If they want more of that kind of close proximity to the beach, we have that. So I know I mentioned the Sunset Bluffs. Now that is going to be perfect for anybody who wants an awesome view of the beach, but who also wants to be maybe far away from the beach. So if you have someone who wants to be close, that might be for them. We have other areas on the resort that are going to be in closer proximity to the beach. So they're going to be closer in proximity to kind of the, things happening around the resorts as far as restaurants go. So there are options, rest assured there are options. It's just going to be really dependent on what you're looking for. Also, I forgot to mention at Sandals Regency La Toc, we also have different theme nights. So, along with the water sports and the land sports and the other things to do, they have theme nights. Every Wednesday, I believe, is reggae night. Or it might be every Saturday, but each day there is, something to do as far as events go. While you're down on resort, you'll actually get a little newspaper, and this is updated daily. It's called Footprints, and it's a little newspaper that maps out what's happening, where it's happening, and what time it's happening. So when I go on vacation, not when I've gone on vacation before, I've honestly almost wasted time sitting in my hotel room, Googling what to do. And, that eats up a lot of time. But when you're down there, you have the footprints. It tells you exactly where to be, what time to be, just put on sunscreen and go. So I will say there are definitely, as far as rooms go, there's definitely going to be options just depending on, what you're looking for and where you want to be, essentially. But for guests who want to be private, we have that. For guests who want to be, a little bit more in the mix, we definitely have that as well.
Ashley, can you just touch on and just tell us a little bit about the golf and maybe the scuba diving that you have at Sandals?
Yes. So we have golf is, also available to you there. You have to definitely see the golf course. I mean, it is absolutely amazing with just the mountains in the background. The view is stunning. So that is definitely available to guests as well. As far as scuba diving goes, we actually have a scuba diving pool on resort where it's specific to training. So if you are not certified, you can actually get certified on the resort. Certified divers, though, get dives up to twice a day. And that depth ranges from 20 feet to down to 100, but they're all guided depths, so you're not going to have to worry about that. But the cool thing I'd like to emphasize about the scuba diving pool is that it is its own separate entity, and it's not going to disrupt anybody else on the resort. It's not going to disrupt any other pool or anything like that. So golf and scuba diving are available to you. As far as certifications go, there is an additional cost if you wanted to do that. But again, if you're not certified, you can certainly do that right on the resort.
And 2 swim up bars as well, correct? On property?
Yeah.
Which is nice that there's multiple.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So no matter where you are on property, rest assured you are going to find a bar and you are going to find a pool. And in most cases, you'll find a swim up pool bar. So you get the best of both worlds.
Wonderful. And before we go today, is there anything else that you wanted to let everybody know about Sandals La Toc?
No, I honestly think we covered everything. Like I said in the beginning, this sits on 220 acres, so it is big. There is a lot to do. There's a lot to see. There's a lot to drink. There's a lot to eat. So, definitely if you're thinking about it, and even if you're thinking about maybe heading over to Hawaii, but it's a little too far, this is kind of the Hawaii in the Caribbean, and I would definitely encourage to check us out. We really pride ourselves on quality and choice. So with Sandals, you have a lot of choices, that's for sure. And the level of service is unbeatable. And, once you experience it, you'll definitely see why.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Ashley. And thank you everyone for joining the Travel Marketplace for another episode of Experience Travel with Katie and Allie. If you'd like any more information on Sandals Resorts or on our featured property today, Sandals Regency La Toc, feel free to contact us at the Travel Marketplace. Until next time, stay healthy, stay safe, and keep dreaming about your next travel experience.
Bye, everyone.